Obviously, I thought a really good performance from start to finish by us. Nice to see us bounce back from Thursday and come out with better energy to start the game. Shared the ball really well for the entire game, which we had talked about. Our last two second halves at PA and Central, there was much more ball movement, much more penetration, with the idea of creating something for a teammate. And I thought we did that from the tip today, which really allowed us to kind of build a little bit of a lead. I think we did a good enough job of taking away their three-point shooting ability, to give ourselves a win.
Rebounding as well. I mean, obviously you've said in the past the record, and you guys out rebounding the opponent, and even, Billy, 5 offensive boards. How big was the rebounding passing?
It's huge. Garvin and Petway are awesome offensive rebounders. First and second in the league in offensive rebounds. They get almost 3 a game. So to combine, they get 1 for the game is pretty impressive. And I think Petway's was a finish off like a kind of bobbled play that we almost had or should have had. So not only did we eliminate a strength of theirs, then we were able to hurt them a little bit by getting on the glass. Whether it was Billy, even Conrad coming in and getting 4 offensive rebounds. Those extra possessions for us are huge.
How did you, make such a big turnaround from just 2 days ago? What do you think was the difference?
I have no idea. At this point in time, I'm not sure it has anything to do with me. All right, it's the guys went out there and they played really well, and they seemed to be in a good frame of mind where they were on the same page. They seemed to be competing. We had good communication in timeouts. I think for a lot of the time, our staff's pretty much consistent in our behavior and our approach. And with this group of guys, I don't think you can get too high or too low. They're not a real rah-rah group, and you can't go in there and get them bouncing off the walls. But for some reason, they seem to be in a pretty focused place today, which was nice to see. I think it started. Kayvon early in the game was organizing us really well offensively. There was good communication on the defensive side. Even during timeouts, guys were kind of throwing 2 cents in about adjustments or what was happening out there on the floor. And that's usually when we're good. When we play well, those are the kind of communications we have. When we don't play well, we get into a media timeout, and it's like one guy's looking this way, one guy's looking that way, one guy's looking this way, and you're trying to corral everybody in to look at the board or look at you before the horn goes off. And then everybody's out the door again. So I'm not sure what it was, but hopefully it's something that we can kind of bottle up and keep going here for the remaining 6 games.
Compared to the beginning of the season, how much better is Isaiah playing?
It's I don't want to say it's night and day, but his improvement's been dramatic, and I think it comes with a couple different things. I think it comes with experience. The game has slowed down to him a little bit. I think it comes a little bit with understanding of parts of the floor where you can shoot and score from, right? I think in the beginning of the year he was going to the rim a lot to try and get fouled, hoping to get bailed out, which is what a lot of freshmen do, because in high school, if you touch Isaiah still, he's got to go to the free throw line. Well, in college, there's a lot of touching and bumping that goes on that aren't fouls. And for a while, even in practice, he'd drive it to the rim, be more concerned with the bump than actually finishing. Now he's going to the rim and finishing, and if he gets a foul, then it's gravy, but he's going to score the ball. And he's done work watching film. He's been in the gym with Coach Bridgen and Coach Lawrence, getting extra shots, doing those kind of working on different finishes around the basket, and I think it's really helped him be much more productive.
Rodney's 14 and 11 tonight. Obviously, he's kind of come back slowly from his concussion. Do you think is it a process with him getting him back to his usual self? And today was a step in that direction.
Yeah, it's a process for everybody, and it's a process in the way that you prepare yourself and how engaged you are in what's going on. And Rodney was one of the guys in the huddles that was communicating really well and was talking about different things on the floor, and so he was really engaged today. And we had Coach Bridgen had the scout, and he had shown Rodney a bunch of clips from the game up there, and even past games where he's in there crashing the glass, making some good plays for our team, and kept harping, hey Rodney, we want to see you on the backboards today. We got to see you on the backboards today, and obviously he did that. I think now that he's kind of playing a little bit pseudo pick and pop 4-man, I think he's able to beat some of those guys off the bounce. He was able to facilitate offense today and maybe not end up with an assist, but create opportunities where Billy got fouled a couple times, sometimes driving and kicking for the next guy to drive and kick. So I think that those are things that he's comfortable with, and he can really help us create offensive plays. And then when he wants to be engaged on the defensive side of the floor, he can almost take up a whole side of the floor and really eliminate a lot of good looks. And then obviously he's athletic enough to get on backboards.
Do you think Giles and Still are sort of seizing the opportunity left by created by the vacancy in your front court?
You know what? Those guys have been playing a lot of minutes for us all year long. Isaiah's been playing well for the last 2-3 weeks now. This was Billy's best overall game. I think, in my estimation, I thought in December I thought Billy was playing really well. He was putting together back-to-back games, and I think in early January he kind of hit the wall a little bit. Obviously he's playing out of position by playing in the middle of the zone. That's not where we intended him to be. He's been so unselfish to go in there and compete like he is. And I think maybe he's got a little bit of a second wind, because again, your first year Division I, from August 24th until, whatever today's date is, we've been doing stuff nonstop. And, at the junior college level, you're not doing things like that, So, hopefully this is a sign of things to come that, for the remaining 6 games, and then hopefully in the playoffs, he can give us that kind of productivity and that kind of rebounding and finishing.
Does it feel almost like, I guess, like a renewed start, even though it's like late in the season, just with the fact that, Maddie, Isaiah, Billy, all are coming on, and maybe Elijah's off the team and he was kind of putting a damper on things? I mean, does it feel like maybe the atmosphere is lifting?
I don't know. I don't want to say that, just that removing one guy is going to all of a sudden create, harmony. I do think you look at guys like Maddie and Isaiah, and they're competitive guys, and maybe you just get tired of not having the success that we should have as a team, and so maybe your focus and your energy is a little bit better. Maybe Billy realizes that he's got to step his game up, and maybe it gives everyone some opportunity to step up and play well. But we still have a lot of work that we need to do as a team, and in our preparation, in our daily practice habits, and all that kind of stuff. It's nice. It is nice to know that when you are talking to people during the game, or you have different guys going in the game, that they're trying to execute what you're asking them to do, and there's not the elephant in the room of can we communicate today, or are we gonna get eye contact today, and all that kind of stuff. It makes it hard to coach, and when one guy maybe is acting in that way, it's easy for other guys to act in a similar way, and it's not productive for anybody.
Any questions for Coach?